Hello Sagittarius, this is going to be your yearly reading for 2020. So I'm going to pull one card per month and just get a general overview of what you might be experiencing throughout 2020. Now you can use this reading as a forecast of what might be coming, and you can also use it as like a reference points to look back and see maybe where your perception was different from what really happened, or if the card resonated at all. It'll be pretty cool to see how these turn out. 2020 is supposed to be a really transformational month, and I wrote a pretty big description about it below, and I'll have more even in the January readings for what's coming up for 2020. So we're just going to get one card per month right now. We'll see how this goes for you guys. Hope y'all have had an awesome 2019. I know a lot of people, we dropped some. A lot of people are pretty excited about 2020 because it's going to be a big transformational year. 20 in the tarot is the Judgment card. All right. Here's January. Nice. February. March. April. May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Alright, you have 4 cup cards right off the bat that I can see from just looking down. And so that's a lot of feelings and emotion happening. And then you have 3 major changes in the first part of the year. So let's go through and see what's going on here. Now for January, it looks like you're going to have all the tools and everything you need to start something brand new. This is like the ace of all aces. It's up to us to take what we have and create something absolutely amazing to start off a new cycle for ourselves. So this is the number 1 in all of the major arcana, which means it's a major new shift for you, major things happening. And with a lot of us having like New Year's resolutions and certain things for January, and having that eclipse in January, you're definitely going to be put in a position to utilize the tools that you have and everything that you've gained up to this point to do something incredible starting off January 2020. And that could be many different things. That could be a new job, new relationship, a new way of living, new self-care regimen. You know, there's so many different ways that can play out, but it's going to be a huge change in your life, something that's long lasting whenever we get major arcanas. All right, for February, you're going to get the 7 of Wands, and the 7 of Wands can sometimes be like where you're having to stand your ground a little bit and really have some kind of a conversation and banter around what it is you're seeking. So you may be seeking the truth, and sometimes there's a question of what's worth it. Like, is it worth it for you to seek the truth? Is it worth it for you to not seek the truth? That's why there's these 2 different faces here, because it's kind of like a decision, because once you choose to either seek the truth or not seek the truth, you're going to be led onto a completely different path. So this will be different for every single Sagittarius out there. However, it will be something where you're having to kind of choose how you're going to seek the truth. Now that could be your own truth even. You know, you could be seeking some sort of self-truth and truth that you hold as you move forward into the year, or this could be where you're seeking truth in something. Now that could be seeking truth in an employment situation or relationship. Again, that'll be different for every single Sagittarius, but February's theme is going to be seeking the truth, and the 7s always say the path and ask us, is it worth it? So really seeing if this is something you're truly passionate about in February. Now in March, you get another major arcana card, and this time it's the number 2, which is awesome because it's right after number 1, right? So it's like you're moving real smoothly through this path here. Now number 2 is always going to ask us to listen, because this is the High Priestess, and the High Priestess always knows what's happening, And she is always very aware that a lot of things are meant to be and always up to a divine process. Yes, we have free will. Yes, we make our own paths and we manifest things. However, there is this, small part that we play in our divine process. And this is to say there's that higher meaning, that higher plan, that deeper fed meaning of your life. And if you just listen to your intuition and listen to your inner guidance, you're going to be feeling that trust, feeling that faith, recognizing that you already know what you're listening for. So rather than maybe seeking the truth, recognizing that you already know the truth. All right. And that might become really, really apparent for you in March as our awareness is deepened in 2020. So it'll be cool. Come check out the free reading, the monthlies that I do every month around this time, and see if you can get a little bit more information. Now we also have the April card of open up here. Now, a lot of people have been getting open up in the first part of the year, and that might be just because there's a lot of a transformation happening for a lot of people, and sometimes we hang on to the shore when the current gets a little rough because we don't really know what's happening. And so we're like, no, we're not moving. I'm not opening up to this new current. I don't like the way this current is pushing me, or I don't like this change. And sometimes there's that suggestion to just open up to new things. The Four of Pentacles is always suggesting that there's something more coming. There is a risk that can be taken. You just have to open up and realize something new. There is a realization that happens in April that can really help you open up and move forward. And sometimes the realization happens after you open up. So it'll be different for every Sagittarius, but it's going to open your mind up, open your reality up, open up communications to something, and open up opportunities. So whenever we're going to open up and have a realization, our belief will change. Once our belief changes, we really move forward into something else, and there's a higher awareness. And that's what happens in May. You have your third major arcana here. Big major change for the year happens in May, and it's a blossom, okay? Now, this is awesome because this is right before the very last card in the deck, which would be the World card, and this is Judgment card. So you got the Judgment transformation card, which is representing this entire year for May. So you're really going to feel your transformation personally, Sagittarius, most likely in the months that follow and really begin in May, or moments that begin in May and the months that follow, rather, is what I'm trying to say. So you're going to feel that blossoming. So this new awareness, this new manifestation, and listening to your inner guidance, opening up and seeking some of that inner truth is really going to help you blossom into a completely new phase. You're going to have a new awareness, new heightened alignment and enlightenment of something. All of this information and wisdom that you've gained up to this point is going to blossom into something that's like a milestone in your life. This could be something to where you refer to it in your future, like, oh, that one time, remember when that happened? That's one of those big ones that you always recall. And that may be happening in May or the months that follow. Okay. Now we have, for June, the Seven of Swords. Now this is another 7 for you, so it's another path change, okay? And this is, again, choose your battles, because you're asking, what's the risk here? What is it worth for me to seek a battle? What is it worth for me to walk away? What's the risk here? What am I going to win? And how is this going to change my path? Either way, your path is going to be altered from a decision to battle and stand your ground or not. So there's always that risk. Either way, it's getting your head and heart on the same path. If your heart's like, let's go to battle, this is crazy what they're saying or doing to me, and your head's like, nah, that's probably going to end up bad, you probably shouldn't pursue something where your heart and your head are not in alignment. So in June, be really careful about which battles you're choosing to engage in, because they can always backfire. That's where our free will can bite us in the bum. All right, especially with this new blossoming realization, you're going to have some new opinions that others may not be okay with, and you may get feedback that makes you feel defensive. And sometimes it's just better to walk away rather than, completely while out on somebody. All right, Looks like in July you're going to have some dreams coming true. Now this is my most favorite card of the entire tarot deck. It is the Nine of Cups. It's considered the wish card, and whenever you pull it, you get to make a wish. So for this spread, it's saying, you know, in July, you have some things coming true, and it always begins with manifestation. So for January, having the manifest card, it's absolutely awesome that right below it, and 6 months later, you have a dream coming true, and it could very well be something that you're dreaming about in January. So make sure that you're really checking what it is that you're manifesting and things that you're thinking about using the law of attraction as you move throughout the year, because there's going to be something big coming for you. And it's almost like a gift. It's a gift from checking in with your emotions and feelings throughout the year and up to this point, and with the wisdom and experience that you've gained from your feelings and emotions and things that you've been experiencing up to this point. And you're getting ready to move into a new cycle of feelings. So very cool. You're wrapping up something and you get like a gift. Now, for August, it looks like you're going to have another challenging, what I like to call the creators of chaos, the 5s and 7s. Now, the 5 here is going to be where your belief is going to be challenged. So you may have a dream come true, you've changed yourself, you've decided to walk away from a battle. Well, that battle may reoccur or resurface in August. Now, this could even be a completely separate deal. However, it is another sword. So you've got the 5 of Swords, you've got the 7 of Swords. They're kind of lining up. It really feels like they're related. So if you have something like that resurface, recognize that you can stand up for your own beliefs. And when we do that, we are not only validated, but empowered. So when you're able to have some healthy banter and really stand up for what you believe in, it's going to really shield what you're doing and really power you up, you know, empower you and give you that desire and drive that you need to keep moving forward, so you don't remain, you know, in a stagnation. You know, sometimes we get some dreams come true and we're like, wow, I'm good for a minute. And the world sometimes has a better idea. They're like, actually, let's do this. And you're going to learn from this banter because it's going to empower and justify some of the things that you truly believe in. And that's what the 5 is all about, is your belief. All right, let's move here now into September. For September, the suggestion is to simply love. Now, this card is the 6 of Cups, which can really bring about nostalgia and memories of the past and some of the past decisions that we've made and how they've affected our life up to this point. So you may be doing a lot of reflecting around September and recognizing, you know, the inner child, where you used to be, the promises you made to yourself, the things you wanted to do, who you are now, how they align, how maybe they don't align, and really getting into that moment and that feeling and that emotion of our past. And it's always our choice to really move forward from this point. We can sit there and stare at it and feel about it, but what are we going to do about it? So there is that urge to, you know, choose to look at it in which way you are most empowered. All right, so there's that empowering. You know, your belief is being challenged, and then you're really looking at your past and some of the things you've done and how that's going to move you forward into your new year. You know, at this point you may already be thinking about 2021 when you get here to September 2020. And sometimes we do that, we reflect, right? It's helpful, it helps us move forward. Now here you have the 2 of Swords. Now the 2 of Swords is always an option. So it's funny because here you have a choice to recognize, accept, and embrace some of our past, right? And here you have a choice to move forward from something and spread your wings. A lot of the times when we spread our wings, it's because we know what we want. All right, we're able to really just let go and go forward. And the 2s always suggest that we do know. We absolutely know. And that's why the 2 shows up with the High Priestess, because she already knows what it is that divine plan is. We may not know all the answers, but it always plays out the way it's supposed to. So this here is also saying you already know what the option is, and you already know what decision you want to make, and once you make it, you're able to spread your wings. A lot of the times we have 2 different truths, and that's what keeps us from making a decision. So if you have two different options come October, just know that you already know which way you want to go. You just have to accept and move forward. And you will have to make an option. You can't have both truths. You can't have two conflicting truths, right? So you're going to have to choose. And once you choose, you will be able to spread your wings and kind of like be set free. So, whether that's something maybe, in your past that comes up, this could be something coming up from your past, and you may have to make a choice about something, but you'll be able to spread your wings from that, Sag. That's really cool. All right. What's super awesome is in November, you have an opportunity to start something brand new, a new beginning, and it is something that you love. So this could definitely be a relationship that begins. This could be, if you're already in a relationship, this could be that next level of commitment or a deepening of commitment and love. This could be a friendship. This could be a new creative process. This could be self-love, realizing that, hey, come January 2021, I'm going to start doing this because I love myself, and I'm going to start taking care of myself. It could be a promise of self-care. Regardless, it's some sort of love abounds and begins from something that you decide to do in November 2020, and it's the beginning. So it's going to, bloom from that point, and it's always a choice. Aces are up to us to do something with it. So you can take this love and do something with it, or you can shove it off to the side. Regardless, it's there as an opportunity for you to build from it. And you could really build a new passion and a love from it. You're going to love something. It's going to be a person or a thing or yourself, something you're going to really feel a new emotion for, a deepening of feelings for. All right, now we're to December 2020, and it looks like an opportunity beckons for you. This is going to be the Four of Cups. So you may be feeling, now that you've had a new love for something, that some of the things in front of you or that are there for you aren't actually what you want and do not align with this new love. And you're considering settling. And the suggestion here is to not settle. Do not settle, because the opportunity and what you truly want is there and it is available. You just need to either change the way you're thinking, change the way you're looking at it, maybe change your expectation of what it needs to look like and the way that the love needs to come forward. Sometimes we have expectations of what it's supposed to look like. It comes through completely different. We reject it, and that's where you're sitting there prepared to settle, because you have, not recognized that what you truly want is right there and available if you just, do some of that inner work. So in December, recognizing that you don't have to settle, okay, Sagittarius, you can be patient and wait and do some of that self-healing and that outer looking for what you truly want and that truth, right? Holding on to that truth so that you can get that opportunity. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I will be doing free monthly readings throughout the year, and those will kind of, build upon some of these cards. Check back on this reading throughout the year. It should help you. If you liked the video, definitely hit like. It helps me out tremendously with spreading all this information throughout YouTube. I hope you all have an awesome new year, and I will be doing your January reading here in the next day or so. Thank you.